Okay, so we are now two chapters down with one last chapter remaining on my initial three chapter revisions. Talked before, I really wanted to get these first three chapters correct, and going through on my third draft, I realized they needed more than just the line edits that I was doing. They needed to be completely restructured. These chapters, they were not doing what I needed them to do. I had to sort of extend some scenes, add some things, cut out some things, just really rearrange the entire. All these chapters were rearranged. The heart of what I was trying to do is still there, which is obviously important, but just it's redone. It's been redone, and so yesterday I got chapter 3 revised. Today I just wrapped up chapter 1, and that was the hardest one, was the first chapter. So just because that was a lot to introduce, and again I was doing a lot of things. But looking at it now, just doing an initial read through of what I've done with this first chapter here. I mean, it's much better, and I think it'll probably hook the reader a lot more. It's not as much with the brevity. It's not really as short. The scene is a bit longer, but I think you're going to become much more immersed in the character's world very quickly. And again, what I did before was I tried to convey a lot of information in about a single page. Really, that first paragraph of my original chapter was trying to convey so much that now, the fact that I've extended that basically into a page or two, instead, it kind of made that one scene, instead of just one condensed paragraph. I think it just works way better. It's very much in media res style opening, so it just opens right, basically right where the action, sort of in the middle of a scene where the action starts. It's a relatively kind of tempered, like relatively laid back scene. So it's not like some major action setting. It's not some big event. It just kind of opens, but you're getting a sense of the character's world. And you're getting a sense of the characters that he lives with and that he interacts with. But it's done. So that is done. At this point, got to wrap up the second chapter now. That's the last one. Again, I did these things out of order. I'm hoping maybe the next day or so to have that done as well. Potentially by tomorrow I could have that done. And again, that would be going into this kind of long weekend. That would be excellent. Gives me a chance to kind of reestablish myself. And then obviously starting next week, I can get back to my original goal of trying to get about 10 pages revised each day with line edits. Because really everything else, except these first couple of chapters, moves a lot smoother. The chapters are much stronger as they are. I'm sure as I go through, I might find maybe a chapter or two here that needs to be restructured, like this one. And if it does, I'll just have to go through and do what I did here. But so much of what I was reading before really was strong after like the first 40, 50 pages that I have, which these first three chapters are. That's basically the length of them. So the idea of going into some later chapters, yeah, I think those are going to be a lot stronger, and those just feel a lot stronger basically when I read them than the early ones. So hopefully, if things are going well, the rest of this draft here will just be more line edits and more sentence level corrections.